All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles and elders in New York, GMS, and our salutation to y'all around the world that's telling the truth. My name is Maya Ka'ala Bungad of Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And speckled birds, scatter abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. All right, a good example of that is Harry Belafonte, granddaughter through his son David. And again, we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We're Israelites. Black is a color, not nationality. We are not affiliated with any black identity and string groups. We are not affiliated with any string groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. All right. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. Okay. All right. So recently, I've been doing a couple of videos in response to some scoffs from black-only Israelites. So they've been dumbing down my videos and everything, man. All right, but people want to get mad just like a little kid. Like a little kid that goes around, little bad kid that goes around, slapping and hitting people. Then when adult, when adult hit the kid back, and try to straighten them up, the kid want to get angry like you did something to him. So it's the same thing with this, man. You scoffers, you the one just keep coming up to us, telling us that the 12 tribe chart is right. It's Salak trying to tell us that the 12 tribe chart is incorrect. And then you spreading false doctrine saying that the so-called Latinos and Native Americans are Israelites. All right. And then when we put some more truth, show you more truth, some more truth, all right, with the scriptures and books, historical articles, you want to get mad. All right. But hey, your purpose is to bring this truth out, man. All right. There's nothing you could do against this truth. All right. And I'm really going to start pouring it on, man. All right. The more you hit us, the more we're going to hit back harder, man. The more you going to make this truth come out, And that message go to you, Esau. All right. And Moab, I seen some chick named Lori Chin. She called us black Hebrews. I seen her on Sakari videos and stuff. And Sakari had, I think Deacon had cursed her out, man. All right. But anyway, we're back to this. All right. It's let me see, Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. It says right here, I am therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth. Right? We become the enemies of the agents of Satan, man. All right, because we telling the truth. We telling the truth. What? That the so-called Latino Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. All right. All right, telling you scoffs that come against this, man. All right, so here go the article right here. It's from November 24, 16. It says, Indian slaves and mass murder, the hidden history. All right. Now, I believe I brought this out before on another, on my other channel, but hey, Jake, hardhead. All right, so then you got Jake that want to, sincere brother, sister want to touch up on it, so I'll read again. I said by Peter Nabokov, November 24, 2016 issue. All right. It says right here, the other slavery, the uncovered story of the Indian slavery in America. All right, so again, this giving out his resource where to get information from by Andreas Resendez. All right. Page 431. They said American genocide, United States and California Indian catastrophe, 1846 to 1873 by Benjamin Maley, Yale University Press, page 692. All right, so you get better prices, but probably get these books cheaper, man. All right, just look around. All right. It says, and they got a picture of a digital woman, a Tara Homer woman. All right. So they'll be from Issachar. All right, if I'm not mistaken. All right, you see they win her. All right, in Chihuahua, 1892. All right. So they still enslaving people, man. It's just like in America, man. America claimed to abolish slavery. All right, but they still doing it, man. All right. It says right here, we still slaves. I got articles, slaves, some Judite slaves. Now I did a video about it. I had read the article. It was some slaves in certain parts of the South in the 1960s, man. All right. It says right here, it says the European market and African slaves or Israelites from Southern Kingdom was open with the cargo of Mediterranean blacks uploaded in Portugal in 1441. All right, so these are Moors, man. All right, Mauritania, that's part of whatever, Morocco. These are Moors, Israelites. It says the explorer Christopher Columbus, born in Geneva 10 years later, were closely linked. The ensuing age of discovery with its expansions of empires and exploitation of New World natural resources was accompanied by the siege and forced slavery of human beings, starting with Native Americans, all right, the Northern Kingdom. All right, so you got the Southern Kingdom and you got the Northern Kingdom being enslaved during the same time, man. That's how you know who the Israelites are, man. All right, that's how you identify the Israelites, man. Not by no DNA test. All right, nobody got the DNA to Abraham and the 12 patriarchs, man. All that E1BA, all that stuff, man, is bullshit. All right, excuse my French, but they can't tell you which. If you got 12 patriarchs, then 12 patriarchs had different families come out of it. They can't tell you which family member that it came out from. All right, because it's all made up anyway. Then DNA can be manipulated, man. All right, brother Malcolm brought that point up on in the comment one of my videos. All right, it says right here, Deuteronomy 28, 45, 46 said, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh, thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they should be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder until thy seed forever. All right, so that's what you tell who the Israelites are. That's how you know that the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right, because they fit the curses. Not those people over there in that in the state of Israel. Because the word Israeli means modern day citizen of the state of Israel. It got no connection to the Israelites. The Israelite means one who descend from Jacob, one who connect to Jacob. All right. It says, appraising that commercial opportunity came naturally to an entrepreneur like Columbus, as did his sponsors' pressure on him to find precious metal, and his religion contradictory concern both to protect and convert heathens. On the day after Columbus landed in 1492 on an island in present-day Bahamas, saw its Taino Islanders, he wrote with 50 men they could be all subjected and were made to do all one wish. Soon the African trade would change in life in spade. All right, there is like, sorry. Within 100 years, most urban families owe one or more black servants. Over 7% of Seville was black, and social. It's a new social group of mixed race mulatto joined the lower rungs of color code spelled social ladder. All right, so many tears, man. All right, but they was enslaving Jake, man, over there. All right, the Israelites. It said Columbus, like the affectionate without malice, the Arab walking speaking Taino natives, he found the men tall, handsome, good farmers, and women comely, near naked, and apparently available. Right, so it's talking about Ephraim. You from in Simeon over there, all right, in Hispaniola, all right. It's in exchange for glass beads, brass hawk bells, silly red caps. All right. The seamen received cotton threads, parrots, and food from native gardens. It says fresh fish and fruits was abundant. Glitz and ornaments were worn by natives of promised gold and presumably knew where to find more. All right, cause the island, the islands where eat from that, it was blessed to have, treasure. You read that in Genesis 49. All right, Genesis 49, Deuteronomy 33. All right, all right. It says, let's see. It said Columbus returned to Barcelona with six Taino natives who were paraded as curiosities, not shy before King Ferdinand and Queen Elizabeth. It said the following year, Columbus led 17 ships that dropped 1,500, right, basically 1,500 prospective settlers on Caribbean beaches as they stayed. Relation with the local Indians generated what was soon imposed was the other slavery. The University of California, Davis historian Andreas Renders discussed in his sentence of the last half-century scholarship of American Indian enslavement. First came the demand for money to deal for gold. The easygoing Tainos were transformed to gold painters working on the Spanish overseers. All right, yep. It says Spanish also exploited forms of human bondage already existing on islands. The Caribbean, so less than animal, were more aggressive, tried regularly raping Tainos, allegedly eating the men but keeping the women. Right, this is just some bullshit Esau made up. Right, just to justify the slaving of the Caribbeans. Right, evil. Right. It says a similar discrimination based on age and gender will prevail throughout the next 4 centuries of Indian on Indian servitude. All right. Bonnie Martin James Brooke put in anthology linking history of slavery North America and its borderland. All right. It says Tainos who resisted Spanish was set upon by dogs, disemboweled by swords, burned and staked, trampled by horses, atrocity to which no chronicle could ever do justice, wrote Friar Bartolome de los Casas, a crusader for Indian rights in 1542. All right, let's go to scriptures. Amos 1:11. All right. Let's see. Amos 1:11. Look at that. All right. Says right here, Amos 1:11. It's Amos 1:11. Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgression Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tell perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever, man. All right. So these all kept the wrath forever. All right. It says against the Caribbean, the Spaniards had a tougher time fighting pitched battles, but catching 100 slaves as well. Columbus sailed home from his second voyage, over 1,000 captives bound for slave auction in Cadiz. Many died en route, their bodies tossed overboard, just like the southern king of Judah. All right, then right here it says shipped. All right, it's the key word, shipped. It says Deuteronomy 28:68. It says, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again by ships, by the way I spake unto thee, thou shalt see them more again, and there you should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. All right, and no man shall buy you. All right, so we already been in Egypt, physical Egypt, where we was, you could actually walk 3 days to Egypt. All right, so it's talking about captivity this time. And also the Egypt is talking about America also. All right. So this is talking about captivity. It said, by the way I spake unto thee, thou shalt see them more again. Right. Esau removed the southern kingdom from our borders, man, over there to Israel, over there in Israel, man. All right. in 700, a little bit after 722 BC. Well, at 722 BC, the Northern Kingdom was removed from Israel by the Syrians. All right, which the Taínos belong to. All right, it says, let me see. It says, and there you should be sold unto an end for bondmen and bondwomen. No man should buy. We end up on those slave auction blocks. The Most High giving us up to our enemies, man. We end up on the slave auction blocks. Okay. And that's why they got on those ships, man. They fit the curses. All right. These Taínos outwalk enemies, man. All right. Ephraim. All right. Ephraim and Simeon, that island, man. All right. It says, let me go back. All right, so right here it said Columbus sailed from his home second voyage with over 1,000 captives bound for slave auctions in Cadiz, meaning he died en route. Their body tossed overboard. He envisioned a future market for New World gold, spices, cotton, and as many slaves as their majesty ordered to make, and from among those who are idolaters whose sales might on the right subsequent expeditions. All right. Like those who come against that Caesar Borgia, all right. Anyway, it said, thus the discoverer of new world, all right, become the first transatlantic human trafficker, a silent pursued by most New World conquistadors until in the mid 17th century, Spain officially opposed slavery, and Columbus' vision reversed the Middle Passage crumbled when the Spanish custom preferred African domestics. All right, they prefer Israelites from the Southern Kingdom. Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All right, it said Indians were no more expensive to acquire, insufficiently docile, hard to train, unreliable over the years, susceptible to home sickness, sea sickness, and European diseases. Other obstacles include misgivings by the church and royal authorities, which explain Columbus' emphasis on idolaters like the Caribs, whose status as enemies and cannibals made them more legally eligible for enslavement. See that? All right, so Ephraim right there, the Caribs, Ephraim. All right, being a slave. All right, it's an Indian suffered from overwork and gold beds as foreign pathogens. All right, like this coronavirus. All right, against which they had no antibodies from the famine as a result of overhunting and underfarming. Within 2 generations, the native Korean population faced a class committed decline. All right. On the island, Hispaniola alone, on the estimated 300,000 district population, only 11,000 Taínos remained alive by 1537. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So that that's part of curses too. You should be left in few in number. All right. All right. Then somebody had to go on the ground, man. Esau was killing them, man. There was so many of them. All right. The Esau reclassified a lot of them, man, throughout the Caribbean islands, man. All right. It says, but even as Caribbean were ethnically cleansed of the original inhabitants, all right, but they was doing paper genocide on them and killing them and stuff. It said it has its origin in the amulets of King Ferdinand Queensberry over how to treat Indians. In the spring of 1495, only 4 days after royals advised their bishop in charge of foreign affairs, slaves will be more easily sold in Indonesia than any parts. They ordered a halt to all human slavery until the church informed them whether we can sell them or not. Outrage was more overt, and Polemus of Las Casas, who had immigrated to the islands in 1502, he had owned slaves and then renounced the practice in 1515. Right after taking his vows as Dominican priest, he helped push the anti-slavery new laws of the Indies through the Spanish legal system in 1542. Right. He's still going to slavery anywhere in the kingdom, man. All right. It says slave interest, use of secession, verbal stretch for justify retaining unfree Indian labor as early as 1503. Designated cannibals became fair game and was Indian prisoners seized in just wars. Here at the label in Clase de Guerrero, war slaves, their chiefs bore branded G. Automatic servitude also awaited any hapless Indian known as ransom slave whose Spanish slaves had freedom from other Indians who were already enslaved them. The letter R was seared into their faces. All right. It says in 1502, Hispaniola, new governor Nicholas de Ovanda made use of an old feudal practice for insurance control over worker bodies. to retain native miners, but to check rampant cruelty of Vandal bestowed on prominent colonizer land grants. All right, encomiendas that include rights to tribute and labor from Indians already residing there. Although still vassals that remain nominally free from ownership, they can reside in their own village where they're like protected from sexual predation. And secondary settling was supposed to receive religious instructions and token compensation of gold pesos a year, and benefits that was often ignored. Over the next 2 centuries, Ecomenia system and other local forms of unfree labor were used to create virtual enslaved Indian workforce throughout Mexico, Florida, the Southwest, downs of South American coast, and over to the Philippines. All right, so there you go, man. You got Gad, Reuben, Issachar. All right, then you got the Israelites on the Philippines. All right. All right, so this is part one. We'll come back for part two. All right.